Hello everyone. Today I would like to talk to you about how you can turn property into high income assets. As you know, if you buy a property, it could be assets, but it could be also liability depending on how you use it. If you buy a property to live in, it doesn't generate any income, it becomes your liability. So buying property, buying a home doesn't necessarily mean you're becoming rich. That property could be taking money away from you because you have to pay your mortgage, pay your bill every month. So how can you generate money from property you buy instead of it costing you money? Here's a few things that I can share with you. The first is sourcing the right property at the right price. So we are talking about income generation property here, which equivalent to like a buy-to-let or could be a HMO strategy. It could be Airbnb or the corporate let, whatever you do. Firstly, the property you purchase need to be at the right price. Okay, so when you buy property at the right price means that you're making money already when you buy. That will be the best place to go for. If you don't know how to buy property at the right price, then you need to learn how to negotiate and how to source property, which we do teach. Now, providing that you know how to source the right property at the right price and at the right location, if you are doing the corporate let, because corporate let, we deal with corporate clients and they got projects in a certain location where they will be traveling to and like to stay around. You don't want your property to be too far from there. If your property in a holiday resort city center, which is too far from where they need to go, they may not stay with you. So it's important, depending on the type of strategy that you're working on, you've got to buy the right property at the right location, also at the right price. That's your first step. Second step, we talk about the corporate let strategy here because that's the highest cash flow and with high occupancy level, with easier management, with less cost to run your cleaning operational team. The profit is much higher because your corporate client will pay you at a hotel rates, and you could also appoint an agent to run it for you instead of you have to do it yourself. The optimization for the corporate is essential. There is several different ways that you can do it. First, you need to look at the pricing because price is one item that for you to generate the income. You need to optimize the price. Second, you need to optimize the space. So optimizing space means that you need to make sure the bed space are adequate for a larger group, not being too cloudy, but comfortable enough. Third thing, you need to optimize, leverage the brand. For yourself, if you're doing all the sales and marketing yourself, might be a lot of work, all the social media posts, all the Airbnb, Booking.com and different channels and build your own website. It is recommended for you to actually work with a larger service accommodation operator where they can do the management, where can they build a better brand. And we specialize in the corporate let market and happy to manage your property if you think this is the strategy that you're looking for. So optimize your corporate let in terms of system, in terms of pricing, in terms of marketing, and in terms of your operations. The third thing, you want it in order for you to get the income you want to systemize your management. You can either build a team yourself or you can use other people's team. Whatever you do in terms of the management, there is a few things here in terms of management. First, people management. You need to make sure that your guest communication is effective and is timely, because if you deal with corporate let, you got guest communication, guest booking in, they wanted to know how to check in. They wanted to know, can they add extra person? They wanted to know, can they extend the booking? If you leave it all to the channel, You don't deal with it. You don't care about it. You don't have anyone to pick up the call after 5 p.m., 6 p.m. at night. Then you may lose that business because the service level is not good enough. So the first management, we talk about communications with the customer, which is the number one thing. You need to make sure you provide 5-star service, timely, responsive guest communication. That's the number one thing. The second thing, you need to make sure that your operation management are up to date, because you need to make sure the property is at good standard. We offer 4-star accommodation standard. The bed got to be comfortable, the place got to be clean, and if they need any extra requirement, for example, if they want extra chairs, extra fridge, extra dinner table because they got a larger group, then you need to be able to provide that level of service straight away. Otherwise, you may lose the customer. So first is your guest communication. Second, your operation team needs to be good. And the third thing is your payment. So because payment is essential for the passive income, you need to have a good payment system. You can't always expect that the customer book with you for a month, bringing a bag of cash. And ideally, you wanted to set up some sort of digital payment system where a customer can do a bank transfer, they can use credit cards, or if you wanted to use Airbnb-booking.com payment, you can as well. But for the direct booking element of it, you want them to have gone through a secure payment system where you can receive your income at the right time. So now you have got, in terms of how you can communicate with customer, how you can run your service accommodation at a good standard, and how you can, in terms of collecting your money, what is the next? Your next is going to be scale. Some people scale it incorrectly. Why? They would have one unit in London, another unit in Manchester, one in Liverpool. When you have different property unit in a different location, you don't have a central management, it costs gone up. You have to rely on the local operational team where you cannot control the costs. The better way to do it is test the market, either using a rent-to-rent or using your existing property. Learn how to identify demand. When you learn how to identify demand, you go to the high demand location for the corporate-led business. You start it with one unit and then make sure it works. Then you can repeat it and then to scale closely. That's how you do it. So your way, your method in scaling your property business determine how fast you can build a business from 0 to 10K a month, to 20, 30, 50K a month. And I personally have mentored several business owners to start the business from 0 to scale it to 30, 50K, even $1 million a year. I talk about from 0 to 30K a month, 50K a month to 7 figures. So you can start a property business from 0 to 6 or 7 figure in less than 1 year, if you know how to do it and do it correctly, the right way. I hope you found today useful, and I look forward to speak to you very soon.